That's why you want a banana. Mm-hmm. Hello, and welcome to another Media Side Review. Today we're going to be talking about Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I have to get into character.
No, he doesn't.
Our drug allows the brain to repair itself. We call it the cure. We're ready to move on to the next phase. This one.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Basically what happens, this is a prequel to the very popular and well-known movie, Planet of the Apes.
Have you ever seen the original Planet of the Apes?
Yep.
Okay. See, it's a prequel, but at the same time, it's not. It cancels out one of the other sequels, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, which I find very interesting because everybody loves those films. So what this is doing, it's a reboot, but this could lead into just a completely remade series because they might eventually just remake the original Planet of the Apes based on this film, which was an interesting concept going into it. Mm-hmm. And I think the end result is something really fantastic. I think a lot of people weren't expecting to be as good as it is. So,
true that. Basically what you have is you have James Franco, who plays Will Rodman, who is a scientist who is developing a cure for Alzheimer's. And he's working on the serum with chimps before he does human testing. And push comes to shove, and he ends up with this baby monkey. Baby monkey.
Baby monkey. Don't call them monkeys. They're apes. They don't have tails.
Baby apes.
Baby ape.
I'm sorry, I took anthropology. I should know this. Anyway.
So yeah, pretty much it's testing on chimps. There's one chimp that shows a lot of promise. And this is the thing that's supposed to get his drug, mass-produced and finally tested on humans because his dad has Alzheimer's. The ape himself, Caesar, is such an interesting character. And he's played by Andy Serkis, who's done Gollum. He did King Kong.
He's just a motion capture actor.
And he's got that down. And that's what really sells this movie, is the fact that Andy Serkis is playing this character. Had it been anybody else,
it would have been just not...
It probably would have been up to that level, because the pain and emotion that is just emoted through this character, through facial expressions, through, there's a scene where he sees this German Shepherd on a leash, and he asks
if he's a
James
pet.
Franco, through sign language, if he's a pet. And there was just so much pain and emotion there that I almost cried, because he's just you can see the way his face is, and it's just heartbreaking, and it's just so well done that he needs to be nominated for some sort of Oscar, because
definitely.
It was that good of a performance. Though there was no dialogue, it was all expressions, and you got to also talk about the technology they used, which was really well done. And on every monkey, because all the apes in this movie were CGI, I believe.
Yes.
So that goes a long way in talking about the effects of this film and how well done they are and how believable they are. Even though it's real monkeys don't kind of look like that, and they won't really express emotion that. But that's what is needed for this unit. Their characters really well. I say probably a good 80% of their characters are so well developed, and that's what really sells this movie. And it's a really good science fiction film, and it's a really good, just emotional film. Because the James Franco, I was surprised about James Franco, because I was I didn't really ever think of him as that good of an actor. I never saw 127 Hours he was in, which I heard he was great, but that was the one Oscar film I didn't see from last year. But James Franco's got talent, and he does a really good job at making me believe that he genuinely cares and that he is a scientist. Then John Lithgow, I love John Lithgow, and he's just one of those actors who you can plug him in almost anything. And when he's not being over the top, when he has to, in Third Rock from the Sun or other films, he is perfect for this. And then you have characters like the Frida Pinto, whose character was
she's kind of
she was just there.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel that she was all that necessary. She had a purpose, but it wasn't. She wasn't as well developed. Same with
She's pretty much stagnant throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Same with David Aliello, even though he's kind of developed, but he's not 100% there.
Yeah.
David Aliello plays Stephen Jacobs, who's like the boss at this company that James Franco works for. And then you have Tom Felton, who plays the son of a chimp sanctuary owner. And
basically, it's Draco Malfoy in America.
Pretty much, yeah. He's just
Without
things that like we talked about a lot of things we like, and the only things that bug me is this film had legs. This film could have been titled something else, and it would have stood on its own, and you would have been like, wait a second, was that a Planet of the Apes tie-in? Like, that would have been a cool surprise, because like originally it was supposed to be just called Rise of the Apes, which might have been like, is this about Planet of the Apes? Mm-hmm. But it's such a new thing, like I think they should have gone in that direction. But this film, like, throughout all of it, you're like, I'm not seeing hints of the original. I mean, you get little bits, like there's parts about the spaceship from the first movie.
There's like one like little TV screen where it's like the...
They had the main actor from the Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston. He was on like the TV in the background. That didn't bug me. I noticed that. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then you had like little bits about the spaceship that goes into space from the original Planet of the Apes, which I thought was neat. I was like, that's really cool. And then there's a scene where Caesar is holding the Statue of Liberty in his hand, and I was like, oh, geez. Like, that was maybe a little much. Like, I was like, come on. But there's one in particular where they say a very specific line.
And it's just
like
so
the most famous line.
From Planet of the Apes.
From Planet of the Apes, that it just felt forced, it felt unnecessary, and I was just like...
Really?
You had... Everything else was working. This is your own movie. Do not use that as a crutch, and they used it as all the problems I had with it weren't even that big a deal. Like, there were just very few minor things here and there. I thought the pacing was a little off towards the end, because I was like starting to get tired. I was like, man, they need to just start speeding it up, because I get where they're going, and it's just taking a little while longer. Maybe I have to see it again, maybe be a little more awake, but I thought it could have been trimmed just a tad, and then... Other than that, I thought like the score was really well.
Definitely.
I thought the score was really well done. I thought that it was one of the better ones I've heard, even though like I can't go back and give you like I can't hum anything from it, but there was times where I was like, holy shit, this fits.
Yeah.
This is perfect. Now we're gonna go into our grades. So I guess I'll start. I have to give this film, and I feel bad that I wanted to give it an unbe-fucking-leavable. I wanted to so bad, but there were just those little things that I was like, oh, just tiny little things, and some of the performances weren't as up there, but I'd have to give it a very, very solid, damn good, that I'm proud, I'm going to be proud to have this on my Blu-ray shelf. I'm going to be really proud to watch this over and over and just enjoy the performances, and I want to see some of the features about, how they did the Andy Serkis things. Like, I've avoided watching them on the internet because I want to save it off for the DVD, just to kind of get re-immersed in it when it comes out. So, yep, this is a damn good movie.
My grade, I'm going up there. It's an unbe-fucking-leavable film for me. Cause,
wow.
It actually made me cry a few times, like during when you're feeling like Caesar's pain. I was like, don't cry.
I'm Adam.
I'm Adam.
And this has been the Rise of the Planet of the Apes review from Mediaside Productions.